Admire their skill. It's a deadly ballet of patience and power, truly something to behold. A typical lion hunt, especially in the morning, involves a lot of stalking. They'll identify a target, maybe an older, weaker animal, or one that's become separated from its herd. Then the stalk begins. They move low to the ground, their tawny coats blending in perfectly with the dry grass. Each step is careful, calculated. They use every bit of cover available, sometimes freezing in place for minutes if their prey looks up. And the moment is right. It's an explosion of speed and power. One lioness might initiate the chase, driving the prey towards other members of the pride who are lying in ambush. It's this coordination that makes them so successful. They aim for the throat or the muzzle to suffocate their prey quickly. Section 5: Patience and Power Crocodile Takedown Techniques in the Early Light. Down by the river, the crocodile's hunting technique is a masterclass in patience, especially in the soft light of morning. They can wait for hours, sometimes days, for the perfect moment. They'll often submerge themselves in the murky water near a game trail, where animals regularly come to drink. Only their eyes and nostrils might be visible, looking like harmless bumps on the water's surface. The unsuspecting animal, desperate for a drink as the day begins, has no idea of the danger lurking so close. When an animal gets close enough to the water's edge, that's when the crocodile strikes. And crikey, it's fast. In a blur of motion, the croc lunges out of the water, propelled by its immensely powerful tail. Those massive jaws, filled with sharp, conical teeth, clamp down on the prey with incredible force. They usually aim for the head or a leg, anything to get a good grip. The surprise and sheer power of the attack often mean the animal has little chance to react. Once the crocodile has a firm hold, it will often try to drag its prey into the deeper water. This is where the croc has the ultimate advantage. If the prey is large, the crocodile might use its infamous death roll. The most common place for these encounters is, of course, at the water's edge. Especially during the dry season, when water sources become scarce, lions are forced to drink from rivers and waterholes that are prime crocodile territory. The early morning, when animals are often moving to drink before the heat of the day, can be a particularly tense time for these interactions. Imagine a pride of lions, thirsty after a long warm night, cautiously approaching a river. The lionesses, ever wary, will scan the water for any sign of danger. The cubs, perhaps a bit too bold, might rush ahead only to be called back by a guttural growl from an adult. They know the risks: a ripple on the surface, a submerged log that looks just a bit too suspicious. These are all signs that a formidable predator might be lurking. Section 7: Legendary Battles, Whispers from the Wild Waterholes. Oh, the stories you hear from the old safari guides, whispers carried on the morning breeze around the waterholes. Some of these encounters between lions and crocodiles have become legendary. Tales of incredible bravery and unbelievable outcomes. These aren't just fables, they are based on real observations of these titans clashing. One such tale, often spoken of, is about a massive old bull crocodile, a true river monarch, known for his audacity in snatching young lions that strayed too close to his murky kingdom during the misty dawn. Then there's the story of a lioness, a protective mother, who reportedly took on a medium-sized crocodile that had grabbed one of her cubs. A mother lion defending her young is something else. They say she fought with tooth and claw, relentless and fearless, managing to drive the croc back. Another legendary account tells of a huge male lion, a true king with a magnificent dark mane, who found himself cornered by several crocodiles while attempting to cross a shallow but wide river during an early morning patrol. In the African wilderness, especially when you're a top predator like a lion or a crocodile, isn't just about being the strongest or the fastest. It's about being adaptable, smart, and making the most of every opportunity, particularly in those crucial early morning hours. For lions, this means understanding the movements of their prey, which are often most active at dawn and dusk. They've learned to use the low light of morning to their advantage, using shadows and cover to get incredibly close before launching an attack. Crocodiles, on the other hand, have adapted to be the ultimate ambush predators of the waterways. Their survival hinges on their incredible patience and their ability to conserve energy. The cool morning air might make them sluggish initially, but as the sun climbs, they use its warmth to become active. They know the best spots where animals come to drink as the day begins, and they exploit these patterns ruthlessly. Both species face immense challenges. Section 9: The Ultimate Predator, Showdown, Who Reigns Supreme at Sunrise. So, after diving into their worlds, their hunting tactics, and their incredible survival skills, the big question remains: in an epic showdown between a lion and a crocodile, who would truly reign supreme, especially as a new day dawns? Crikey, that's a tough one. It's not a simple answer, because so much depends on the circumstances. the location, the size and age of the animals, and whether they're alone or have backup. If the battle takes place on open land away from the water, the lion definitely has the advantage. Its agility, speed, and powerful claws and teeth are designed for terrestrial combat. A lion, especially a big male or a group of lionesses, could potentially overwhelm a crocodile that's caught out of its element, vulnerable under the morning sun. However, if that encounter happens at the water's edge or in the water itself, the tables turn dramatically in favor of the crocodile. In its aquatic realm, the crocodile is a formidable force. Its ability to ambush from below, its incredible jaw strength, and the infamous death roll make it a terrifying opponent for any animal, including a lion. Ultimately, there's no single winner in every scenario. Both the lion and the crocodile are apex predators, perfectly evolved for their environments and hunting style. But for the lions, it's often the end of a night's activity or the beginning of a strategic rest. As the morning light strengthens, you'll often see them finding a good spot to relax. Perhaps it's under the shade of a thorny acacia tree or on top of a termite mound, giving them a great view of their surroundings. The cubs, if there are any, might be playfully tumbling around, full of beans, while the adults watch with a lazy eye. The golden light of the early morning really shows off their magnificent coats. The males with their big, impressive manes look truly regal. The lionesses, sleek and powerful, are always alert, always aware they might be grooming themselves or each other, strengthening those important social bonds within the pride. The savannah at dawn is their stage, and they are the stars of the show, no doubt about it. This is where the crocodile reigns supreme, and the croc is the master of this watery domain, a silent guardian of the shallow, basking on a sandbank, trying to catch those first warm rays. They look like ancient logs, perfectly still, incredibly patient, but don't let that stillness fool you. Underneath that calm exterior is a coiled spring of power, ready to explode into action in a split second. These reptiles are cold-blooded, so the morning sun is vital for them to get their engines running. And to drink, antelopes and zebras might approach the water's edge cautiously, needing that vital hydration, and the crocodile knows this. Back on the savannah, as the dawn light strengthens, the lions might still be on the hunt, or perhaps they're just finishing up. Lions are incredibly smart hunters, often using teamwork, especially the lionesses. The early morning, with its low light and cooler temperatures, is a prime time for them to be active. They use the tall grasses and natural dips in the land for cover, moving with amazing stealth for such big animals. Crikey! What an absolute perler of a matchup we've got today. We're talking about two of Mother Nature's most incredible predators. On one side, you've got the lion, the undisputed king of the African. And lurking in the waters, we have the crocodile, an ancient warrior, a living dinosaur, folks. These reptiles have been around for millions of years, perfecting the art of the ambush. Their power is just mind-blowing. Those jaws, goodness me, they can snap shut with incredible force. You have to respect an animal that survived for so long, virtually unchanged. These two magnificent creatures, the lion and the crocodile, they often share the same wild space. Fur and scales, a true battle for survival. So get ready, because we're going to dive deep into their world. The lion's kingdom waking up for a new day.